Hello, welcome to episode 6, I think, of
I think it's six technically,
6
but
of the Chopcast.
one, the first one of them was the Dodgers
Yeah,
technical malfunctions.
yeah. This is the Marlins recap. Um, we only have playing them one more time this year, but yeah, not terrible. Did what we need to do. Um, like we said last episode, needed the need is to come into this homestand with um, the Marlins and the Rockies and take 4 out of 6
Mhm.
at least. Um, and the Phillies are definitely helping us out, giving us
Mhm.
every opportunity. Um, and the Mets have been dead
Losing
for a
three
while.
out of four. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's hard.
Um, but yeah, not bad overall. I think overall the bullpen is a big win for this
Mhm.
series. Starting pitchers didn't look too bad. Charlie had a rough first 2 innings, but produced after that. Offense is still looking good. Um, yeah. So, game one. Honestly, I was kind of anticipating this to be our loss because Trevor Rogers has been lights out this whole year. Has the second
Mhm.
lowest ERA of any MLB rookie this year, and Ian Anderson, since coming back from his rehab assignment, been kind of shaky. Hadn't had a strikeout, but he, other than the first inning, which even then, I mean,
Mhm.
he just gave up the home run and only allowed 5 hits this game. Kind of blew the doors off. Got 9 strikeouts. Still having an issue with going deep right now. He only went 5 innings, but
Mhm.
I think that was a lot very uplifting to see for the most
Yeah,
part.
I definitely agree. Ian, you're right. It was definitely kind of shaky coming off of that rehab assignment, but I really liked what I saw from him. I mean, and like obviously, I think we can make a lot of complaints about how deep our starting pitchers are going, but the way that the bullpen's been pitching lately gives us a lot of reassurance, especially at home when you have one less inning to pitch. Considering you're going up in the fifth inning, big 5-run inning there. So I don't know. I liked what I saw. Full disclosure, I didn't get to watch all of the game. I saw the third game in the series, all the way through, but the first two I missed for whatever reason. USC had a game day Saturday, so I had to get to that, and then Friday, not sure what I was up to, but yeah, got to do a little recap before this, and yeah, I don't know. What are your initial thoughts, game one?
Um, yeah, just I knew coming into it Trevor Rogers was going to be tough.
Mm.
But the fact that we knocked him out after just 4 1/3,
Mm.
um, I thought was pretty good. He ended the game technically with 4 earned runs. He was
Mm.
on the mound for one of them, and then Zach Thompson gave up the bases clearing double to Soler.
Mm.
Who it just like every single game, it seems like he comes in clutch at one point. Um,
Mm.
I think he started with us with like a 170 average, about which and trade deadline is like 2/3 of the way through the season, and he's
Mm.
climbed all the way up to 220.
Yeah,
Um,
I noticed that over the past few weeks, it's been like 204, 206, 209, 211, like just slowly but surely, which is super impressive.
mhm.
Considering that we're we got 20 games left in the season, and he's that good
Yeah,
that he's raising his average just little by little every day.
yeah,
But yeah, super impressive. And what I like about Soler too is that yes, he relies a lot on the long ball and he gets a lot of home runs, and that's great. But it seemed like a lot of, critics were kind of writing him off as just a long ball type of guy. Like, you're only going to need him for a solo shot. So to see him, you know, get in there and get yeah, essentially, I mean, like, granted, it was kind of on an error, set of errors, but, bases clearing doubles, incredible.
yeah. I mean,
It's
the hit itself wasn't an error. The advance to second was.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
he put it in play. Like
Mhm.
depending on the shift, that ball doesn't always get through, and could have easily like there were 2 outs then, so it could have
Right.
just been like a ground out. But yeah, the error helped to score that one extra run. But yeah, I mean he's been putting it all over the park. Like he's hitting
Mhm.
opposite field sometimes. Um, and he's done a better job of putting it in play than the first 2/3 of the season.
Mhm.
And I think he has kind of changed his game up a little bit where he's not trying to mash 48 home runs a year like he did 2 years ago.
Yeah, for
Um,
real.
but still clearly shows that he can do that ever so often.
Yeah,
But it seems like
exactly.
he's gotten a hit every game,
Yeah.
and an RBI.
Mhm.
Uh, but overall, like, I mean, it was frustrating up until the fifth, and then he exploded for a bunch of runs,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
um, RC showed a little production at the end and got the extra RBI. But the very uplifting thing, I think the most uplifting thing was again just showing how dominant our bullpen has been recently.
Mm.
Um,
Mm.
Luke
Yeah.
Jackson struck out the side, nobody on
Sean
base.
Newcomb.
In
Sean
the
Newcomb let up a hit, but struck out 3 in a row after that.
Yeah, Matic just one hit, 1K.
Mm.
Still a little high in the pitch count at 22 for the inning, but
Yeah.
he's,
But
I mean that's better than what he's been doing recently.
yeah, for real. No, it's good to see. And you'll take that. I mean, if they're
Yeah.
pitching one inning and they can keep it under control,
I mean even Will
obviously.
Smith like been not as just like a heart attack-ish.
Hmm.
Still I wouldn't call him good. I don't think.
Yeah, not by any means.
No. I think he's even get to a point where like Chip is like has been saying stuff each game where he's just like, it's been a while since Will Smith has provided a non uh,
Non-clenching, yeah, just
like
absolute heart
gray
attack.
hair inducing innings.
Yeah,
But at least with the consistent thing from him mostly has just been like low pitch count, put it on the ground,
yeah.
get out of there. Like he only
All
threw
right,
eight
he turned
pitches,
some double plays. Yeah, he's been doing his job lately, which is
which
good.
I think this was definitely a good spot to put him in a
Mm,
non-save situation this first game, just to
yeah,
like be like, okay,
see what you can do here,
yeah, just
man.
no
Yeah.
stress. There you go.
But that's the problem. That I mean, obviously you love seeing him perform in a non-save situation, but I don't know. I hate this topic because it just makes me stress. But I
Mm-hmm.
will say props. He didn't even give up a hit, 1 strike, 8 pitches. That's brilliant. Like you can't ask for a better ending from a closer. So
Yeah, but
yeah, all things considered, yeah, good game.
the the thing that I think is very uplifting, but also it's somewhat uplifting, but mainly frustrating to me is how well Sean Newcomb did.
Yeah,
I mean he was a high draft pick. He was first round draft pick. I think like he might have been in the top 10. I can't remember. But um, when we got him from the Angels, we had like very
mm.
high expectations from him. And I mean 2 years ago
15th.
it was what?
Yeah, 15th.
Gotcha. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, 2 years ago, or is it either 2019 or
it
2018?
was when he started NLDS or just
No,
like
like I think it was 2018 that he was a literal strike away from throwing a no hitter.
yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, it was literally a strike. Yeah,
Um, and it was
it
like
was definitely the last out.
yeah. Um, and he's just kind of fallen back to earth since then. And
Mm.
he'll come in ever so often and just show how gross his stuff can be.
Mm.
Um, like going back and looking through the highlights. It's a first pitch just disgusting slider that came in, like started away from the plate coming in and coming inside, very difficult not to swing at.
Mm-hmm.
Second strikeout ended on a 96 mile an hour fastball that if
Mm-hmm.
the guy swung, it would have shattered his bat or just been a pop
Yeah.
up. Um,
Yeah.
and then pitch after that, I think, was either a
Blown
changeup.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah, got blown away.
Um, and I mean, he's 6'7", and he can throw gas. Um,
Yeah, when you're throwing downhill like that, it's
but he I, clearly pitching is a mental game. I would assume that's what it has to deal with more than just his functionality because he clearly has a lot of when it's working, it's incredible.
Mhm.
And I mean, even last year he was being considered to, just like to start in our rotation, and if he had done better, he
Yeah.
probably would have. But when he's like that, he's such a weapon. You can use him whenever. Um, like if he's pitching like he has 3 or 4 solid pitches too when they're working.
Mhm.
He could be, and I'm not like not this year for sure. Um,
Yeah, he's at a
but
5.6 right now too. That's hard to.
yeah, but it's just like
That's hard.
he looks like it's somebody that would have closing material.
Yeah.
Because he can get up to 100 with his fastball, and then he can also
Hmm.
throw you a nasty slider and a change.
Yeah.
Um, and it's just so frustrating because like every time he does this, and then it's like I get excited. I'm like, oh, Sean Newcomb's coming up. He's about to like blow the doors off these hitters, and then he just like walks to.
Yeah.
They get
Shit the bed.
they get either a lucky hit or they just get a solid hit, and then he's just
Rattled, and
throwing
that's
wild
it.
pitches. Um, I don't know.
He's
That's
he's clearly one of those guys that when he gets shaken up, kind of hard to bounce back from. And I don't know. I think you mentioned this like a second ago, but pitching is just so clearly mental. And I think coming from that high of 2018 and 2019 of being considered a starting pitcher, like starting games in the National League Divisional Series, and then basically coming back down to earth and getting thrown into the bullpen, going down to AAA this year. He was in AAA for a while this year too.
mm,
I don't know if that's kind of messing with him, but it was great to see him back, like just pitching absolutely disgusting stuff. And granted it's the Marlins, but little to no disrespect, but yeah, I mean, hopefully he can keep it up. I just don't know how much we could trust him in those situations.
yeah. I was just about to say I don't know like what type of situation he's gonna keep coming into.
Mhm. Yeah.
Because I don't even really know why he came in there, other than I guess just some guys needed some rest or whatever.
Mhm.
Other than like we had just scored 5 runs in an inning, but still just up 3 runs in a crucial game. Um, and like the change from Sean, like prior to coming in, sitting at like a 6 ERA, and then making the switch, him having a clean inning, and then going Luke, and then Matzik, and then Smith. It's just kind of weird that he came in there at that time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. Definitely before the Jackson Matzik duo. I think bottom line we need more starting pitchers that can go 6 innings or more. Because then we're gonna have to think about shit like that less. I mean, even the Marlins only used 4 pitchers, so
Yeah, I mean, like, my guess would just be that he was giving him a chance, and it was probably. I mean, it was. I think it was the 6, 7, 8 hitters that he faced.
yeah.
So, which I'm glad that he put him out there and he showed again that he can do stuff. But I just hope that
Mhm.
he's consistent with it because I think this is the last year of his contract with us. Um,
Mhm.
and definitely at this point, I don't think we're doing anything with him. I think if we do sign him at this rate, we probably will try to sign him for less money and then try to trade him. Um, but I
There's
don't know.
some team out there. Yeah.
I'd like to see him to produce. When he's good, he's really good. Um,
Yeah.
but game two, Charlie started off pretty rough.
Hmm.
Gave up a
Yeah.
run with no outs.
They had him on the corners, right? No
Yeah,
outs.
and then first and second. And gave up another run that in the first inning. Why do like consistently? It seems like through the Nationals series and this series, we're giving up first inning runs, which
Yeah. Yeah, we gave up 2 in the first game, 2 in the second game, and I don't think we gave. Yeah, we didn't give up any in the third, but we gave up a home run in the second. So that's scary. I don't know. Like,
I mean, it hasn't really like worried me too much as it has just been annoying. If this had
mhm.
been the first half of the season, I'd be like, okay, we lost, just
Mhm.
right off the bat. Um, but now it's just kind of like I still very much feel like we're gonna win this game, but you're just kind of making it harder on yourselves.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, I feel that. Like looking at a 2-0 deficit in the first 3 innings is gives me like a completely different reaction than it did a few months ago. So that's nice, but I do kind of agree. It's like why make it hard on yourself?
yeah,
But
it's like last the first game, um, giving Trevor Rogers a 2-run lead before he even takes the mound is usually not very good. And which I mean he did very well up until the fifth inning, and then kind of crowded the bases, and then got
yeah,
subbed out. But yeah, I mean, and then Charlie gave up the solo homer in the next inning, but I mean he only 6 hits, not bad, 3 earned
no,
runs. It's
yeah,
like it's crazy just thinking about how he kind of average he was at the beginning of the year. Uh,
mhm.
it's crazy thinking now like him giving up 3 runs. It's like, oh, Charlie did
So
bad.
what? Yeah, I remember the. I think it was against the Phillies. Maybe it was like the first game at Truist Park that was like full capacity. Charlie's pitching. He gave up like 6 earned runs in the first inning or something just crazy like that. Um, so seeing him come from, hoping that he doesn't give up that many runs to being like a little disappointed with 7 innings pitched and 3 earned runs. I mean, I'll take that. That's fine by me.
No, and I mean he
Yeah,
carried it all the way to the seventh.
yeah,
Um, that's
makes yeah,
that's the sign of like a very veteran pitcher.
yeah,
Like I think that happens to somebody like Tukey or Ian, and they get rattled, and all of a sudden they're throwing 20 pitches an inning, and you just got to take them out, and then now you have a bullpen game. But with Charlie, even though we lost, the very valuable him sticking in until the seventh, saving the
yeah.
bullpen for future games. But yeah, Soler getting an RBI again. Morton got a double, which is
Yeah.
funny. Um,
Pitchers who rake or rakers who pitch.
yeah. No home runs that game, but
Yeah.
Freddie producing, Austin producing a little bit.
Yeah.
Darno 2 for 4. Um, Adrianza had a nice pinch hit.
He's been great at Adrian's has been the same story, I feel like, all year where he's like fantastic in pinch hitting situations. But whenever you start him, he kind of sucks.
Yeah, I mean he hasn't been too great pinch hitting recently, but I mean I guess I kind of have to like take into account that that's mainly his job now, and
Mm.
he can't go out and get a pinch hit every single time he's there. But
He's no Pablo Sandoval.
he's
What was
not.
it like?
Yeah, in
0 for 29 before he got traded. Good lord.
yeah, he's also no Pablo Sandoval in April though,
Oh my god. That
who
was
just hits a home
what a
run every
what a
time he
fall
steps
from
up.
grace. I don't mean to take this conversation elsewhere,
Mm-mm.
but like what a fall from grace. He was
Yeah,
he was he was awful. Oh, he was so good and then he was so bad.
I mean he just like he very clearly showed I am only gonna hit a home run. Like if I don't hit a home run, it's gonna be because it hits the wall. And like I'm not gonna. I don't want to run. I don't want to run the
Yeah.
bases.
Yeah.
Uh,
Good lord. I remember Panda had such a like impact on our team. I feel like I was even a little sad when he got traded, even though
oh
he was
yeah,
awful. I think it just goes to show that dugout, energy he
yeah.
used.
No, he's definitely.
Yeah.
I like the panda hugs at the end better than the Heredia chop with his pink swords at the end. I still don't like after Freddie hit the home run
Birthday home run.
on
Yeah.
game 3 on his
Yeah.
birthday. It was funny to like just see.
Just like
Fred, I think
different, completely different like personalities.
yeah, I think Freddie fucking hates his birthday. He seems so
He,
sour.
he definitely seems like one of those people.
He's just like I mean like even Nick Green like interviewed him after the game and he like said happy birthday and Freddie just went
uh,
and just
not even
left.
know it's his birthday. Yeah.
Um, but I remember right after he homered. We're talking about in game 3 now.
Mm.
Went in, did the chop, and then like Heredia and
Started
Arcia,
singing.
yeah, started singing happy birthday, and then him and Arcia are just like running, like sprinting in the dugout like children.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, they're like following Freddie around. He's like clearly like, get
That's got to be
off
one of the best jobs in the world is just being like a
pinch
bench,
hitter.
yeah,
Yeah,
a bench player who just wraps tape around swords and gets paid
swords and
six
just like does the
figures.
job. Yeah, you go on the outfield for like one half inning in a game. You're already gonna win. It doesn't matter.
Go
I,
catch a
I
pop
always said that
fly.
with yeah. I always said that with Panda too. Like his job was just like dip an entire can of tobacco in the dugout and then take 3 hacks and go home. Like that was the only thing he did.
Just
And
eat,
I guess give hugs. Yeah.
yeah,
And to
give,
eat
oh
snacks.
yeah,
Man. Eat snacks.
yeah, eat snacks, chew bubble gum, dip, eat seeds,
Yeah.
give hugs,
Strike out.
hit
And
taters, strike
then
out 29 times.
yeah.
Wonder what he's doing
Okay.
now.
Who knows?
Probably
Um,
eating.
probably eating, probably dipping. Exactly.
Um,
Game. Yeah, game 3.
Worst thing
Yeah.
from Game 3 is the very concerning thing that happened in back-to-back games against the Nationals and now happened back-to-back times in back-to-back batters is that Rich Rod gave up solo shots. He's given up 4 solo shots in his last 3 appearances.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Ugh.
yeah.
I
Which,
really hope. I really hope. I just really hope that pitchers aren't or hitters aren't like figuring him out.
mm,
That's my biggest fear.
he's still sitting at a 2.79, which shows like, I mean, he's given up 4 runs in his past 3 innings, so that's like
Mm.
above a 9 ERA averaged in there. But so it shows how good he has been. I'm not I'm not super worried because, like I said last time we talked about this, in the National Series, since he gave up back-to-back home runs, or
Mm.
back in home runs in back-to-back games, um, that's the way he pitches. Um, he's throwing mostly
Yeah.
four seamers. He did incorporate either a curve or a change to kind of just
Yeah, he does have a
off
little
it a little.
breaking ball going on. Yeah.
But it's almost entirely four seamers, and he's heavily reliant on his RPM. Because I remember when we faced Pittsburgh earlier in the year, and I'd seen his numbers, and I saw him pitching to us, and he was like closing it out against us. And I was like,
Right.
why is he good? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Mm.
He's throwing it right down the middle. I feel like I could go
Yep.
hit it or like touch it. There's
Armchair manager, like, yeah, I would have that.
go rope that thing.
Yeah.
But so and then Chip started talking about it on the broadcast, and they figured out that it's just like his RPMs. It's like a ghost ball effect that you can't hardly really
Mm.
see where it is. Like you can see like just kind of like a fuzzy whatever,
Mm.
and you don't know exactly where to hit it.
Yeah.
So, and he's only throwing 93, 94 too. So
Yeah. Really surprised.
If his RPMs aren't up, then you're getting like a little bit faster batting practice.
I wonder if he was a spider tag guy.
That's what I thought, but I mean he came here and he
I wonder.
produced.
Yeah.
I mean he's
Probably not. Yeah.
he's been checked every time he's left, and that's why I really didn't want us to get him at first because I was like he has to be.
It has to be. Yeah. I
Um,
feel like we might have had that conversation when we did trade for him too.
yeah, I was kind of suppressing that because I was just like, we got someone.
Yeah,
Like,
we got a closer, but we're still gonna use Will Smith as our closer because
yeah,
why not?
stupid. But
Yeah,
I mean
I mean,
he came here and he didn't let up a run in his first 11
first
innings.
yeah, it's first 10 or 11 games, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean I wouldn't be like I'm not overly concerned right now, but it's like just kind of like a caution, like a
Yeah.
caution point. Um,
Yeah. I would have to agree. I don't think we should be ringing any, alarms or anything like that. I think he's still got a sub 3 ERA.
mhm.
He's obviously a really good pitcher, knows what he's doing. I hope that he can work on his change or curve a little,
Yeah.
have a little bit of a breaking ball because that's going to throw off a lot of hitters. But obviously, I think it just kind of comes back to the postseason conversation. If we make it there, the last thing you want to see is, game 5 of the NLDS or game 7 of the NLCS. Something we figured might come back to bite us in the ass, biting us in the ass again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about Chris Martin right now?
He was on. I think they put him on 10-day IL a little while
Yeah.
ago. I don't know if he's still there though.
I haven't seen anything about him starting a rehab assignment or if he's even
I
doing that.
will. Yeah, he was okay. So should be coming back today, actually, or I
Really?
guess for tomorrow. Yeah, because he was put on 10-day IL 2 Thursdays ago. So September 2nd. So September. Well, yeah, I guess they're holding him out for yesterday, but yeah, should be tomorrow. He's. I feel like whenever he comes back from injury, he usually pitches pretty well. So maybe that'll help.
Yeah. That was what I was saying when he got injured in the first place. Maybe we'll kind of refresh some stuff for him because we've if we didn't have like Luke Jackson kind of match again, um, and like Chavez, Jacob Webb right now, stepping up. Uh, Chris Martin would have been a huge loss. She's still like a very big impact in that bullpen, and when he's good, I mean he's been up until the last month and a half, he's been our most consistent reliever for the last 2 years.
Yeah, he's great. Yeah,
But yeah, we've been fortunate to not have to need him recently, but in terms of the postseason, we're
Well,
definitely gonna need him.
and not just like we don't need him, but we don't have to like rely on him, which I
Mm-hmm.
think is an important distinction. Just with emergences of Jacob Webb and obviously Matzik had a bit of a stretch there, but it looks like he's kind of pulling it together. Luke Jackson's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Even Will Smith. I don't know if we were going to talk about this, but even Will Smith's put up some pretty good innings lately. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, hate to give the credit.
uh, um, Game 3, I think this was the only game that we consistently were favored to win all the way through.
Mm-hmm. I think
Uh,
so too.
even when
You're
they
right.
scored the first run.
Yeah, for real. Even then.
Uh, yeah, Freed pitched really well. Kind of had a hiccup in the sixth inning. Had a really low pitch count until then. And just gave up that one homer. But then,
Yeah.
kind of let things fall apart in the sixth. Was able to clean it up enough to keep the game in check. Jacob Webb again. God, I hope he is like.
I love it. I love it. Yeah.
I like you said, Jacob Webb revenge tour.
Revenge tour. Jacob Webb. He got the win too.
Yeah, which was awesome. That's really good for him.
Yeah.
Man, it's only been like 2 weeks that he's been around, and I remember in our Rockies, or no, it was the Dodgers recap.
Yeah, Dodgers while we were watching
While we
the
were
Rockies.
watching, and then Tukey got blown up. And
Yeah.
I was telling you, like, who the hell do you think's coming in this game?
Like, no chance. I think I ran through all of our relievers, and you're like, nope, because I'd legitimately forgotten. Like,
That he's still there.
I think I'd mentally blocked, the name Jacob Webb from my head.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then turns out.
I mean, we DFA'd him, and no one wanted him.
Yeah.
And now he hasn't allowed an earned run since like his last 4 or 5 innings.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, honestly.
He's gotten a strikeout in each inning that he's pitched since he's come back. Gosh, and I mean his ERA is down to a 3.33 now.
Sure is.
That's like I don't know how did that happen? How did this happen?
It's like in Space Jam when they go in the locker room and like drink the like Michael's special water. I think he might have gotten something like that. Yeah. He like drank from the fountain of youth or something. Because I mean, it's been a complete 180. He looks like a completely different person. Yeah. And now it's. I mention this a lot, but for me, relievers kind of you get that gut feeling. Like you can kind of tell if someone's gonna do well, if you're excited for someone to come out. And his like my gut feeling when I see him in the bullpen is much better than it used to be, which is so promising.
Yeah. I'm still at the same. I'm trying to keep my expectations lower and not overreact to anything. But he keeps giving himself a case to show that he's a reliable reliever.
100%.
As of right now, he's like a perfect 6th, 7th inning reliever.
Yeah, take it. You'll absolutely take that.
12 pitches, 9 strikes, 1 strikeout. Yeah, and then Luke Jackson, another clean inning. He's down to a 2.13 now, which is crazy. He wasn't even in our postseason last year. He just wasn't around last year because of how bad he was.
Yeah, he was a liability last year.
Oh yeah,
you had nightmares about him coming in like the 7th inning with a man on.
And I mean, even 2019, she kind of helped save our season after we didn't have a closer, and he just kind of filled that role. But like in this latter half of that year, he was just like a bases loading machine.
Yeah, what's the term, that the Luke Jackson experience? I've seen that like all over Reddit and Twitter. The Luke Jackson experience. It's like puts runners at the corners, 1 or 2 outs, and then we'll see what happens.
I remember. Do you remember that ridiculous assist that Charlie Culberson had in 2019? Where he like crow hopped to home plate and got a double play.
I'd have to look it up, but yeah, I love Charlie Clutch, of course.
I just like that was one of my favorite Braves plays ever. It was the top of the 9th, and we were up 1 run, and Luke Jackson loaded the bases with no outs, and he just got bailed out by Charlie Culberson, who the guy hit it like. It was like mid left field and fast runner on third. Charlie grabbed it, snagged it, and got the runner at home, and then got out of the inning.
Amazing.
That's how Luke Jackson used to be.
It was against the Marlins, July 7th, 2019. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Charlie Clutch, bro. I always loved how him and Dansby like pretty much looked like the exact same person too.
Yeah, I mean they made the Swanberson bobblehead.
yeah, the Swanners and bobblehead.
It's just
That was great.
you two are the same.
Yeah, there is no individuality between you two.
Mm-mm.
He's great. He's on the Rangers now.
Yeah, he starts most games for them. Which
Yeah.
I'm happy for him. I mean, he can't really. He's not good enough to start on a normal team. I think we did him dirty last year. Like,
Yeah.
we didn't really give him any playing time at all.
Yeah.
He only had 7 at bats for us all of 2020, and then he only had 1 at bat in the postseason, and it was like a bases loaded, 2 outs situation.
Yeah.
And he was ice cold.
Yeah.
Struck
exactly.
out, and I was.
It kind of sounds like Camargo in a lot of ways. Like.
Yeah, except for like Camargo was at least getting at bats and just not producing, and he had a contest with Austin Riley for the starting job, which Austin Riley at this point is so much better than Camargo.
Oh my god!
Just thinking about at the beginning of this year, it was a contest.
It was so I actually had the funniest, not that funny, but just kind of interesting thing. I pulled up. I was playing MLB The Show 21 the other day, and I haven't updated my rosters in a while just because I don't play too many video games anymore. And Austin Riley is a 74 overall.
Yeah.
In the game. Yeah, and now he's could be an MVP candidate. So it's kind of crazy how things can turn around like that.
I like when I was going looking at NLCS highlights the other day, we had Riley at 9th in our lineup, and he had an average of like 172 though.
Yeah, he just I think that with Riley he just needed to develop a little more patience at the plate, not like chase every slider way.
He is a world-class hitter at this point.
Yeah,
as of right now.
He looks amazing.
He's got very good. He's very good in defense. It's weird that his only like big flaw is his throwing, which is like something I don't see from many players. Like if he ever has an error, it's not because he doesn't field the ball properly. Like he fields almost everything that comes around him, even if he shouldn't get it.
Right.
And then it can be an easy throw, and there's been way too many times this year he'll just like throw it to Freddie, who's 6'5", 6'6", and he has to jump.
Yeah.
Like Freddie's like 2 times this year has jumped and then stood on the bag and gotten an out. But then he'll go too high, he'll go too low. But other than that, that's the only thing he has to fix right now.
I would have to agree with you. I mean, his outs above average is really bad. I'm pretty sure Riley might actually be the worst ranked third baseman in terms of outs above average in the MLB right now. But his fielding percentage is pretty good, and he's just got to work on that throw to first. And obviously, his at bats have more than covered the offensive side of the ball. So, yeah, he's been amazing. Yeah. So good.
Still kind of high in strikeout numbers, but I think a lot of that had to do with the beginning of the year.
Yeah. Any other notes from Game 3? Probably gonna need to wrap up soon.
Freddie got his 30th. Ozzy got his 28th. Austin's sitting at 29, and we're just waiting on Dansby, who's sitting at 26. He's got 20 games to work with. Got to average 1 home run every 5 games.
Oof.
Should be able to do it.
What's Duvall at? Is he at the 30s yet?
He's like 32 or 33.
32? Oh, yeah, that's what I thought. Freddie, home run, looked solid. Eddie Rosario is also proving to be a really good trade deadline acquisition.
Yeah.
So
I keep forgetting about him, like, because we just he didn't come up when like Soler and Duvall did, so it's just he's been there, and we just have such a small sample size. His batting stance also just makes him look like he has a terrible back.
Yeah,
he just looks like an old man.
Like kind of does like the porta potty. Like, yeah, I don't know how in the world anyone does that stance.
He just when he does that, and then he's got the chin strap. He just looks like it's like why we're paying this guy.
We're paying this guy a lot of money to do that.
This
But
is an
yeah,
athlete.
he's been great. He's been super clutch.
Yeah.
Loved watching. Yeah.
If we want to, so yeah, Phillies. This division,
Idiots.
man. This division
Idiots.
is just like it's like a hot potato with like the hot potato is the pennant, and
Yeah,
all of us are just like, I don't want it. I don't.
I don't want it. Like, how do you lose 3 out of 4 to the Rockies
No,
in Philadelphia?
they're one of
I
the
would
worst away
understand it if it was in
teams.
Denver. I would understand if it was in
Mm,
Denver, but holy shit.
yeah, they're one of the worst away teams.
Yeah.
And
I
like
mean, that's Phillies at that point.
a couple of those games weren't even really close. They just like the first game,
Mm.
they were up 3-1. They had a 95% chance of winning,
And
or
then,
2-1, and
yeah,
then
home run, 9th inning, right?
oh no, it was 3-1. Fuck no, it's God. Oh! It was 2-1,
Famous
and then
pride.
they had a 2-run home run with 2 strikes and 2 outs,
And
and then
then a
it's
bad solo right
and then
after.
the solo, and won 4-3, and then the next game they got fucking destroyed 11-2.
Mm-hmm.
I love that Nola is not going as deep as he has been either.
Yeah, dude. Nola, oh man, that makes me so happy.
But
Yeah,
I mean,
and he, yeah. I mean, they just look bad. I mean, they're simply not a playoff team. The Phillies aren't, and they're wasting Bryce
no.
Harper's MVP season.
Yeah.
Their bullpen is junk,
Mm-hmm.
and their fan base is even worse. So I wish nothing but bad things for the Philadelphia Phillies.
Their bullpen since August 1st had an ERA of about 6, which is an improvement from last year.
Yeah,
You know?
honestly, I was gonna say.
But like if we've been considering the Mets dead, like there's 20 games left and the Phillies only have a half game lead over the Mets. Like so our magic number with the Phillies right now is 16, Mets is 15.
Yeah, I saw some stat that was like super reassuring. I think I might have sent it to you, but yeah, it said if the Braves go 11-11 the rest of the season, and the Phillies would need to go 16-5 to win the division. All right, yeah, so we're in a very, very, very good position. We just can't slump, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be hard for the Phillies to come back at this point. I'm not gonna like stop being uncomfortable at any point. I'm gonna like every game we gotta win. But I still think so. The Mets kind of scared me a little since they won 2 out of 3 with the Yankees, but
series,
the Yankees are also on a free fall right now.
They are slumping.
They gone 2 out of their last 13 after going on a 13-game win streak, which is insane.
Yeah, and oh my goodness, they just tied it up with the Twins. Wow.
Damn.
That game was 5-0 in the 7th inning, I'm pretty sure.
Fucking
good
Twins.
Lord. Yeah, they had Aaron Judge 3-run home run, bottom 8th. I mean, not that we should care that much, but also just it's funny to watch the Yankees be bad.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean the Mets, they're playing against St. Louis, who for some reason that organization works with blood magic, man. Their team is
crazy.
So garbage.
It's crazy.
I was telling Will this whole year. At the beginning of the year, the Cardinals were the first team to 20 wins. It's like, here we go. Like, and then they were garbage. They just kept losing. Awful. Like their bullpen had the most walks of any team. I think they might still have that. And it just seems like they've been middling for so long, and now they're only a game, 2 games.
They're 2 games behind the Reds.
Yeah,
who are like, I'm not comfortably in the wild card, but like they have the wild card right.
They're tied with the Padres. It's like both of those teams, like the Reds or the Padres. Padres not as much as of late, but like those are the teams like you've been planning on the whole year, or not? Well, the Reds at least in the last half. It's like that's a playoff team. They're gonna, Cardinals.
I saw a comment on Twitter one time that was saying like the Cardinals are just being bad for no reason, and it's so true. Like there's just absolutely no reason they should be this bad, or not even really
but
bad,
there's
but just
also
kind of
no
like
reason they should be like good.
yeah,
Because I mean, their youngest pitcher is Flaherty, and
yeah,
then after that, their second youngest pitcher is Kim, who's like 34.
yeah, yeah. They also got yeah, Flaherty's 25. They had oh shoot, he went to Harvard Westlake.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Freed and
they
Giolito.
got who's the oh my god, I'm totally blanking on his name.
Wainwright.
Old guy played for the Cubs, went to the Nationals,
Oh,
traded
John
from
Lester.
yeah, John Lester too, who had an awful debut against the Braves for them too. So
Yeah.
forget
Um,
that.
but yeah, the Mets have St. Louis, Philadelphia, which depending on how the St. Louis series go, and
Yeah, yeah. We
Philadelphia's
might
playing
want the
Chicago, who's
Phillies.
been
Yeah,
kind of hot recently.
yeah.
Um, I don't. That'll be interesting at that point.
Yeah.
Probably still want the
Yeah.
Mets to win because
Yeah.
then after Philadelphia, they have to play at Boston and then at the Brewers. Then they
Mm.
play against Miami, who at the end of the season we've already talked about likes to just kind of stir shit up,
Yeah.
and then at us to end it.
Yeah. For real.
Um, but yeah, we are definitely in the driver's seat. This is our division to lose. We've tried very
Mm-hmm.
hard to give it away, but the Phillies hate winning games.
They have other plans. I it's so that was so clutch. They just in the category of games you need to win to drop three of them to the Rockies
Mm-hmm.
in Philadelphia, while the Mets are just beating up on the Yankees too.
Yeah.
Like
I
they're not a playoff team
when
at
I
all.
was previewing their series against the Rockies a little bit, it's just saying like, oh, they got a good matchup here. I was like, that's like me bargaining. I was like, come on,
Yeah,
come
yeah.
on.
Go on.
But they actually they uh yeah, they lost both of those matchups I was talking about against Senzatella and then Marquez.
Mm.
Um, and I was like, oh yeah, they'll win the next two though for sure. But the fact that they lost 11-2 in the second game,
You just can't do that. Like
they have no identity. They have no
they
identity in that team because they like you go to the Brewers, you curb stomp them 12 to
mm,
nothing,
12-0.
and you beat it's against Brandon Woodruff too. Wheeler just puts his shit in their shoe. Uh,
Mm.
and then you lose 10 to nothing. Just like
See, okay, this is wild. I didn't realize this, but first of all, the Rockies hit a grand slam in the top of the ninth inning, so that's just a big fuck you.
oh yeah, yeah.
The Phillies had not scored a run before the bottom of the ninth. It was
Yeah.
11-0 to start the bottom of the
Yeah, I
ninth.
remember that. I was looking at the highlights. Cuz it kept going and I was like, okay, where are the runs coming? Where are the runs coming? It's like
Yeah,
there's 7 runs. They're going to come now. I know they're going to come.
yeah, for real. Oh, you know who gave up the grand slam was Aniel De Los Santos. He was terrible. I'm pretty
He's
sure they DFA'd
awful.
him. Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
he's
he's
so bad.
I was trying to kind of conceptualize, trying to put myself into a Phillies fan's head. So I just
Mm-hmm.
like grabbed my IQ and just slammed it on the
Just
floor.
slam it on
I
the
just
ground.
turned, I like kind of I half lobotomized myself. um,
Oh.
and then I was just like, I just trying to like, who are their bullpen pieces that I'm like, okay, this is solid. Like when I'm
Mm.
trying to like relate to like if someone like Luke Jackson's coming in the game, it's like, oh, he's got this locked down, or it's like if a month ago Jacob Webb's coming in the game, you're like, oh fuck, like who are
Fuck
those
yeah.
people for the Phillies? And like in the games I'd seen, like De Los Santos, we fucked him every
Yeah,
game.
he just got shelled, like just straight up shelled.
And they just put him in at garbage time. And they put him in at garbage time, and
And he still is terrible.
yeah,
He
just
I remember him. His name rings a bell because he was the one who gave up the hit to William
yeah.
Contreras in the 4 11th inning game.
Yeah, I like when that game happened. Me and my roommate were just watching it, and I just like was like dead in a chair because we were down 7-4. I was like, I'm gonna stick it through, and just watch us
Yeah.
lose. But then he came up, and I went like, oh.
Dude, I remember that game. Like, I guess I'll preface this by saying I am 21 years old, but I took 3 blue moons out, cracked each one on top, and just laid on the couch and started like drinking one. And I looked over like, okay, base hit. Oh, walked better. I started like, you know how you like started leaning forward a little more and more. Oh, that was amazing. Yeah. Yeah. Good time.
When Contreras hit that, I just sat in the same position. I didn't move. I was just like,
No
oh.
way. No.
I
Oh,
was like,
okay.
like my
Yeah.
roommate started freaking out, and I just like kept sitting there. And then Adrianza came up and got the walk off, and I was like,
Yeah.
that was good.
That was awesome. It's like your body physically and mentally just does not know how to react to something of that magnitude. Like
Yeah,
that game was they're dead in the water.
Because it was like 12:30 at that point too,
Mm-hmm.
on the East Coast.
On the East Coast, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're just actually tired too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the divisional race right now, I think you're right. Ours to take. No reason we shouldn't win.
Yep. We got the division by the balls. Don't want to let go. Gotta keep hanging on no matter how sweaty they get. If they get sweaty, put some chalk on there or something.
Let's get some gold bond on there.
Yeah. Don't put the lube on it. Make sure you don't grab the lube, which I guess would be don't. So we got okay. What's our next series? We got the Rockies at home, who just
Rockies time. Yeah. So
raped the Phillies.
we got to win those games. Let's see.
We're going against it's Toussaint versus Gray.
Hmm.
So we got their best 3 pitchers.
Good. Great.
John Gray, Senzatella, Marquez, and we got Toussaint, and Anderson coming up. Is due for a win.
Yeah, he has to.
Anderson, I think, will come back with a vengeance after getting torn up in Colorado. Toussaint, I hope he feels the same way.
Yeah.
John Gray, I mean, notably, all of their pitchers have pitched much worse when they're away, and I think Senzatella and Gray are big for that. Marquez has been more consistent everywhere he goes. So I'd say if we're going to lose a game, my guess would be Thursday, but we've got to take 2 here at least, because after this we are going to San Francisco, and we're going away for we got
a bigger trip
from the 17th all the way to the 26th. So
that's going to be defining. We got 3 versus Giants. We got to take one of those, obviously, but hopefully 2. D-backs. You just never know.
2. San Diego 1. Take 2 Philadelphia. Take 2 Mets, and that's easy. That's just. But 20
not
games.
An easy step, 20 games
left, and the Phillies have 19 games left. Magic number 16. Mets have 18 games left. Magic number with them is 15. To put it into perspective, the magic number for the Phillies with us is 25. Which, I mean, makes sense because they're 4.5 games behind and whatever.
Yeah.
But just seeing the difference of 25 and 16 was pretty uplifting for me to see. If the Phillies win this division, it's going to be because we gave it to them at this point. So if we win our games, it doesn't even matter what the Phillies do.
Yeah, also, I mean, the Phillies do have an easier schedule.
Which, I mean, we know, but it doesn't even matter for them. Whoever they're playing, it's just like, I think we're gonna go out and we're gonna beat the Brewers at Milwaukee 12-0.
Yeah, in Milwaukee 12-0. Yeah.
And it's like, we're gonna lose at home 11-2 to the Rockies.
I guess we can. We'll also see what the Braves are made of in the stretch. If we can hold our own and stay, on top of the division, playing people like the Padres and the Giants, and even the Phillies, and Mets who are, giving a run. I think that proves we're a playoff team, and it'll set us up well. So
Yeah.
we'll see. Yeah.
But that's everything. Thank you for joining the Chopcast episode 6.
Yeah, I guess game tomorrow. Who are we
Yep.
playing again? My brain's dead.
We're playing the Rockies.
Rockies at home.
Are we
Right.
playing them today?
Oh my god, I think USC just fired Clay Helton. No way.
Is that their head coach?
Yeah, that's our head coach. Oh my god. Dude, I'm going to be so... Yep, he got fired.
Wow.
Let's go. Let's go.
God.
All right, complete 180, but USC got throttled by Stanford this weekend at home.
I didn't know y'all.
Whoa.
Wait. I didn't know y'all lost.
Dude, yeah, we lost 42-28 against Stanford at home.
No.
Yeah. Good shit. All right. Well, let's go Braves. Fuck the Phillies.
Yeah. Let them destroy themselves. And yeah, like I said, the theme right now is this is our division.
Yeah.
The only way we're gonna lose it to the Phillies is if we just lose it ourselves. They're not gonna win it from us.
Yeah.
All right.
You bet. All right.
Sounds good.
We'll talk in a little.
Yep. That's it.